Welcome to the November Cancer forecast. This covers Sun, Moon, and Rising sign in Cancer. Today we're going to look at 6 sectors of your life, which you're bringing forward from October into November. Your biggest obstacle for the month, your biggest asset or tool to work with, your home life, your love life, both partnered and single Cancer natives, and the conclusion, where you're likely to be at the end of November. Obviously, this is my take on the energy, and because of that, it will not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. If you're new to my channel, I routinely make videos on astrology, the tarot, oracle cards, totem animals, and things in the spiritual vein. And if this seems like something that you would be interested in, why not subscribe and be sure and hit that bell so you can be notified of all the new videos. Let me shuffle. Oh, and this month I am using the Moonology cards to shed more light on what we can expect for Cancer natives. Okay, so let's do this. Full moon in Leo. Don't let your pride get in your way. Now this is interesting because I don't want to say that you don't have any pride, because you do, Cancer, but usually it's not an obstacle for you like it is for Leo. So in mid to late October, you made some decisions and you set your path. But in November, you may have to revisit this and see if perhaps pride clouded your judgment. And I mean, it happens. It happens to all of us. We go along and we get more information, and then we start seeing that maybe we misjudged the situation, or perhaps we were looking at it from a different perspective. October saw you making plans, setting goals, and getting real about what needed to change. And this needed to happen. You needed this so you could move forward and get past some of these repeating lessons. You also committed to yourself to make these changes rather than running from them or ignoring them, which, as I said, is really great. But could you have cut people out of your life without giving them the second chance that they deserved? We're not talking about people that you've given, 30 chances to or 50 chances to. We're talking about second chances. Self-esteem is great, but vanity isn't. Everyone is equally important to the universe. And this isn't an issue for you normally because, you generally see everybody on a level playing field. But nothing about the last 2 years has been normal, Cancer. I think maybe you need to revisit some of the changes you've made. The energy will shift the further into November we go, and life will become easier for you. So if you've been letting your pride get in the way, know that it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to give second chances. And while everything is in flux, know that we are all evolving as a species and as a planet. Know that it's okay to ask for help, and it's also okay to give second chances. Okay, let's look at your biggest obstacle for the month. Full moon eclipse, changes are within reach. And just like that, a door closes and everything changes, Cancer. This card is about big changes. They're out of your control. It's best to allow events to unfold and to be easier on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that while it isn't easy, this is the right time. Forgive someone and let the situation go. By forgiving them, this doesn't mean that you are inviting them back into your life. Instead, it just means that you're no longer carrying that anger around with you. Know that positive changes are on the way. So as an obstacle, this is about getting back on track. This is about forgiveness. And forgiveness also sets you free of future karma with these people, which is something you probably don't want to even think about. So I know it's not easy, but it's well worth the effort to work on forgiveness and forgiving those people that have hurt you. Like I say, it doesn't mean you're welcoming them back into your life. It's more about just realizing that you don't have to constantly be angry. It's not who you are. You're a very kind, nurturing person. You're very strong too. I think that's the thing most people don't understand about Cancer. You carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you grieve for people that you don't even know. You are so strong. Sometimes you are overwhelmed by all of these emotions. It's time to release some of the baggage that you're carrying. And as an obstacle, this is a tough one. It really is. It's about letting go and also letting the universe handle things instead of trying to micromanage them or relinquishing the idea that you are in control. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. But if it ends a karmatic pattern that you could possibly have with someone, very much worth doing. So let's look at your biggest asset for the month. Oh, new moon eclipse. So we have 2 eclipse cards in a row. This is powerful changes. This card is powerful change. So remember, your forecasts used to be easy. Remember that? They were all rainbows and sunshine, and it was just like everything's rocking along and everything's great, Cancer. Yeah, lately they have become very somber and they've become very deep. But it looks like all that's changing again. So this card is literally telling you if you needed a sign you could achieve your dreams, here it is, voila. As an asset, it is pointing the way for you to get active and go after your dreams. They are possible. It is possible for you to achieve everything that you want. But this card is also about change, and it's about letting go and focusing on what you want to create in the present and the future. So think of it working with the obstacle. You don't want to keep repeating patterns with the people that have hurt you. Nobody does. But if you don't forgive them and allow that energy to run its course, then you're probably going to repeat them in this life and in the next. So that's why it's so important to move on from that. And then once you let the past go and focus on what you want to create in the present and in the future, then you're moving in the right direction. And once you start moving in that right direction without carrying that pain, that anger, that rage, then you start to excel and your dreams start picking up speed and you're getting closer to things that you probably thought were out of reach. This is an important and positive turning point in your life. These types of cards don't come up very often, and especially not together like this, because they do signify huge turning points. Wow, we're already, 3 cards in, and it's pretty powerful. Okay, so let's see what else comes up. The next placement will be for your home. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. After the 13th or so, I'd say it's time to reap benefits from your hard work and planning on the home front. This card is telling you it's possible to create the home life you deserve and you long for. Cancer needs an orderly routine at home. You need a place where you can be comfortable, where you can relax without stress, without worrying about your family. And if that's not what your current situation is, then have faith that it can change. Essentially, this card means changes are happening. Take some time off and think about everything that has happened in the last 6 months, let's say. This is the time of planetary ascension. The earth is shifting to a higher vibration and frequency. And even though you may feel like you're not doing your part, let's say, you are. Everything you're doing is helping support the planet. It may not be apparent at the time, but as you look back over the last 6 months, I think you're going to see that it is the pattern and the shifts. Everyone and everything is vibrating faster with more light in November. As life is expanding, it is also expanding for you. Thoughts and behavior which limit or bind us to fear are being infused with love and light. And you're changing as well. And you always were a creature of light, Cancer. But unfortunately, life wears us down. The in and out, day to day, going to work, trying to run a family, trying to manage things takes its toll. But we see that cycle ending and we see that you're coming back into your own now. So it's time for a significant transformation in your life. Try and stay neutral as this month unfolds. There are many changes that are coming up over the next 6 months, Cancer, and rather than get bogged down on the how, if you can at all, detach from the situation and know the universe has got your back. Some of the opportunities for change will come forward, I'd say late November. Will you accept, say, a new job? The last few months have been a frustrating time for family and relationships. They have. It's not a lie. It's not a surprise, because all of this internal shift that's been going on with not just you, but with everyone on the planet, we're all kind of looking inward and trying to figure out how we got here. How did we get off track? So this month could be the month that everything changes. So make an effort to restore balance and make sure your family feels heard, seen, and appreciated. And I think, things are definitely going to shift for you in November. So let's look at your love life. Single Cancer natives, Pisces moon, balance spirituality and practicality. This is interesting. Lately, you've been in a super romantic but not super practical mood. Could it be that you've had your head in the clouds when it comes to love? Take this card as a sign to be more grounded and practical about long-term partnerships, or even regarding the person you're crushing on. Single Cancer, sometimes you have a tendency to overlook someone's problems or issues because you can see the potential the person has. And that's wonderful. But unfortunately, it may not be someone you need to be in a relationship with. The energy is gaining momentum as you balance your desires around this person. As I said, if you're overlooking their shortcomings or issues because you want the situation to move forward or you want to be with this person, it's time to step back and look at the big picture and understand that you have to meet the person where they are and not just assume that they are going to overcome these issues, because they may not. Is this someone you still want to have a relationship with or even date? And also, let this be the last month you tolerate unsupportive friends, family, and partners. Strive for personal balance and only put yourself out there with people who can meet you where you are, with people who can respect you and who will honor you for the light being that you are. Partnered Cancer natives, believe in the impossible blue moon. This is another exceptional card. And I'm sure you've heard the saying, that only happens once in a blue moon, right? Well, Cancer, your unlikely romantic partnership could be one of those things. But it's likely you're about to be given one more chance to get the relationship back on track. What a blessing. You and your partner can return to harmony and balance, but you have to believe that the relationship is worth saving. I also have a word of caution though. Miss this chance and it may not come back around anytime soon. So this is about you getting real on what you want to happen. As a Cancer in a committed relationship, you are giving your all. If you don't feel like your partner is, you need to talk to them and you need to make sure they hear the words that you're saying. If you're going to save the relationship, it's probably going to be in November, but it will take both parties and you'll both have to agree on compromises. If it's worth it, this is the time to save the relationship. If it's not, okay then. Lots of heavy stuff happening with you. All right, let's look at the outcome. And since we're still working with the group of cards that jumped out a while ago, I'll use all the last cards for the outcome, and there's only 2. So here we go. South Node, don't let your past hold you back, and Full Moon in Scorpio, release negativity. Okay, perfect. These cards align with everything else that was in this forecast. The South Node is a karmatic point from your past. What you're experiencing now, or will be at the end of November, is part of the past life karma that could be connected to your early programming. And I don't mean as a child, I mean in past lifetimes. In other words, as you examine your life, have you noticed that some of your beliefs don't really jive with what you think about yourself or the world? Have you noticed that in the past? To fully move forward, you will need to release the past and to release those beliefs. And of course, this is a major hurdle. For most of us, we don't remember past lives, and we don't really consciously know that we're carrying this burden of thinking of ourselves or the world in this type of way. So this is a major lesson in November. And if you add on the Scorpio card, you can see that not only are these beliefs that you're carrying about you false, carrying around with you false, but they're also negative. So if you stay on your current path, I believe you will have several epiphanies during the course of the month. And with them, if you act on them, you will be able to release the energy that you're carrying from past lives. And wow, talk about a game changer. Freeing yourself from past life karma and not having to repeat the same lessons over and over, that's an amazing gift, Cancer. This is a huge pivotal month for you with major changes. You can fix relationships. You can move forward with letting things go from the past. You can move forward with releasing past life karma. You can make major changes and major growths with your relationships. Your home life is coming together. I mean, wow, it's going to be one of those months that only happen once a decade, maybe, if then. So this is powerful stuff. As I said, everyone and everything is vibrating faster with more light this month. So it's going to be a month of major positive changes for you, particularly Cancer. Thoughts and behaviors which limit us and bind us to fear are being infused with light. And because of that, we're all changing. You particularly are on a path to release the past and realign with your true potential. And once you do, oh my gosh, the sky is the limit. You can manifest the life you've always wanted. So pay attention to the process. Try and stay balanced in November. And also, if possible, step back and allow the process. And know that when you look back several months from now, it will be with the clarity that shows how this pattern was set up. This is a huge opportunity for you, and I can't wait to watch it unfold. I hope you enjoyed this mini reading. If you would like to know more, you can find me at Serenity. I'll put my information up here and below in the description box. I want to say thank you to the patrons for your continued support. So once again, if you haven't, why not consider subscribing? We would love to have you as part of the Serenity community. Stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.